Oh, hi family. Good evening, my parasocial family. It's a Saturday Night Live stream. How is everyone? Hi everybody. I was spying on the chat a little bit while I was getting my 7% ABV kombucha ready. Someone at the top, like at the top of the chat, said something obnoxious. Y'all think about love too much. BC12, if anything, I don't think this world thinks about love enough. That's like our biggest issue is not enough love. And also lighten up. It's a pun based on a very popular book title. Either you get it or you don't. Hi, everybody. Alexis, you are right on time. I'm going to the gym, squat real low for a man, wish I didn't care. Wow. Yep. Going live. Hi, friends. Hey, Alicia. I love how we're just hanging out in each other's chats these days. You guys, Alicia has been doing Friday night lives for the past several weeks. I think she had to swap to Saturday like last week, but I was skulking around her comment section on her live last night. By the way, Alicia, if you do come out to LA, I am honored that you would even want to stay at Hotel Ray Ray. Oh, thank you as good as the first time. When you were talking about coming out here, I was just like, is it creepy if I offer her to crash at mine? Like, is that weird? Because I wanted to offer, but I also didn't want to be like inappropriate. But you're always welcome at Casa Tea. Like I said, I'm already getting mints for your pillow. Hey, Ajama. Thank you, Vivs. You guys put a little money in my super chat tip jar. Thank you, everyone. Hi, Not So Plain Jane. Welcome. Yeah, I think that Bernie video, I heard that it was circulating on Facebook. I mean, I don't even have Facebook, so it's weird to be on Facebook even though I'm not on Facebook. And I did not expect that video to get the attention it has. I don't think I've ever had a video hit 100,000 views in just 1 week. So it's crazy. Like I said in the video, it was completely unplanned. It was just on my heart to do it that day. I finally did put the braids in my hair that I was supposed to be braiding the day I shot that, but I was fed up. And it ain't over yet. You know, things are not looking the way I wish that they did, but we've got a pretty big debate coming up tomorrow night on CNN. And it just feels like the fix is in. I do not put it past the DNC to juke the stats, to rig this game. Not to mention voter suppression with the way things have been going at the polls, where a lot of people can't get 8 hours to stand in line. Like, people have to go to work, people have responsibilities. There's a lot of things going on that I think are shady, as well as perpetuating this narrative that Biden is our answer, because the opposite is true. The reason Trump won was he was an extreme response to old school politicians. Thank you, Ali. Thank you so much. He is the rebel, and that's what people wanted for whatever reason, even though they're fucking stupid for voting for him. I even had some Trump supporters in my comments, people who are subscribed to me, because fun fact, you can filter comments and only see comments from people who are subscribed to you, which if I'm getting an overwhelming amount of comments, I will sometimes do, because I feel like the people who are subscribed to me deserve to be prioritized in terms of me actually being able to see their comments. And there are people who are subscribed to me who are like hashtagging Trump 2020. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. All right, blocked. I don't shy away from dissent on my channel, but if you support Trump, you support a racist, fascist buffoon, and no, that's a deal breaker. Dissent is one thing, supporting Trump is another. You gotta go. Anyway, I have not given up all hope, because I need optimism to live. Not me, us, all day, every day. I feel like the the deck is being stacked against us, but I do not give up. I do not. Anyway, so Ms. Rona. I don't want to talk about Ms. Rona all that much. Ms. Rona, if you're nasty. You know, she got us all fucked up out here. I don't know who started calling it Ms. Rona. I saw Justin King of Reeds. He did a video, I think yesterday or the day before, where he called it Ms. Rona, because YouTube's out here with their usual fuckery, demonetizing anyone who even refers to the illness by name. They're just automatically demonetizing people. I don't even know why I'm being careful, because YouTube is going to demonetize this anyway. They demonetize all of my live streams no matter what. Thank you, C0r0nuh. Good to see you, my girl. But yeah, like YouTube's demonetizing everyone simply for mentioning Ms. Rona because they're fucking stupid assholes. But whatever. Anyway, so a lot of us are, I would imagine nearly all of us at this point are following instructions. We're avoiding going out as much as possible. We're avoiding public places, things like that. You know, listen, this self-imposed quarantine, I was texting my homie yesterday about all this. And I was like, sad as it is, this basically doesn't change my lifestyle at all. Like avoiding crowds and avoiding people, I've been training for this my whole life. So the good news is I already have toilet paper. Like hoarding resources is really a dickish thing to do, to be perfectly honest with you. I have enough to get by if I can't, you know, get to a grocery store for a few days. People are acting crazy. Name one situation that was ever solved by worrying about it. Name one problem to which the solution was panicking. Thank you, Clemens. That's very nice. Did I miss someone else? Clemens. Maria, my girl, you're always here. MVYC43. Thank you all for the super chats. Appreciate it. And I don't know, like, you don't have to get ready when you stay ready. I have toilet paper. I got food in my freezer. You know, I keep all my protein in my freezer because I already buy that shit at Costco in bulk, and then I just use it as I need it. So I'll be all right for 2 weeks if it comes to that. I got water. I got water filters. I'm ready for the zombie apocalypse. All I need to get is my machete, which I will be doing when I go to Trinidad. I feel like I want to get my machete from my motherland. Or technically my fatherland, because I'm Trinidadian on my dad's side. Angelo, yes. Wash your hands. Thank you, my love. Wash your hands, everybody. That's another thing. I've seen people sharing tips like, sing the happy birthday song when you're washing your hands to make sure you wash them long enough. I've been doing that for literally 10 years. Like, I started doing that. Like, y'all didn't know that? Come on now. Wash your hands. I don't even think I'm washing my hands more often than I did already. I'm not a germaphobe. I feel like this is just like for people who were nasty before. It's like, stop being so nasty, because now it's literally life and death. Thank you, Kevin. That's very generous. $20. Sheesh. But yeah, I wanted to do a live, and I think I'm going to do a lot more lives. One, because I tend to be home a lot anyway, as I said. Thank you, Ramanzala. I always love your screen name. Yes, exactly. Yes. People with compromised immune systems, the elderly, they're the most at risk, and they need to be protected. I mean, if anything, this crisis has been a wake-up call for just how we should be behaving most of the time in a lot of ways. Be considerate, be clean, wash your fucking hands, and just stop hoarding resources because there's people who actually need them. CC, you're always so generous. Yeah, I haven't had you in a live in a little bit. Would I vote for Joe if he is the nominee? My thoughts, anything to get the dum-dum out. As good as the first time, thank you. Who does not wash their hands? Apparently a lot of people. Thank you, NECA. Cece, to answer your question, I'm not getting ahead of myself in terms, like, I don't want to give life to the idea that Joe Biden is going to be the nominee, even though it looks like that will be the case. This whole vote blue no matter who, while obnoxious, I understand. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think Joe Biden can realistically beat Trump, but yeah, if he's the nominee, I'm not going to not vote. That was one thing that was actually really pissing me off with the comments under my Biden video, where I had people, some lady was saying that my video was extremely irresponsible. I was just like, maybe you need to work on your listening comprehension, because there was no point where I ever said that I wasn't going to vote. I said that I do not support Joe Biden. I have voted in every single election that has occurred since I've been of voting age, and this will be no exception. However, we are in the primary. This is our only opportunity, our only one, to actually vote for our interests rather than having to worry about voting down party lines, because the two-party system is as flawed as it fucking is. I'm not going to stay home on election day in November. That's nonsense. Thank you, Ramanza. You refuse to wash your hands. It's natural to fight germs with your immune system. Yeah, I just let my dog lick my hands because their mouths are sterile. If you haven't been washing your hands, you're nasty. Exactly. You need to be quarantined permanently, effective immediately. Agree. Yeah, Black Beauty. My gym has been deep cleaning like more often than usual, which is good because I go to a CrossFit gym, so it's already pretty nasty. And I'm not a germaphobe, but I've just been super busy this week. And then with the added threat of Ms. Rona, I've skipped the gym this week because it's already a petri dish on a good day, the average gym. So it's just like, you know what? We're going to do some home workouts. We're going to do some mobility work. That's it. So, to answer your question, CC, if Biden is the nominee, I will do what I have to do. I don't think it's going to matter. If Biden is the nominee, particularly in my state, my vote literally will not matter, and I will be voting mainly because of ballot measures and more local issues and elections. Because Biden will win California no matter what. Doesn't matter. But I don't think he's going to win, period. They're fucking up, in my opinion. I feel like the DNC and all these people talking about Biden is the only one who can beat Trump. Incorrect. He is a guaranteed failure. But I hope I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong. Trust and believe. I'm not trying to speak this into existence. I'm being pragmatic. And if anything, I think the accusations being hurled at me of, protest not voting, which I literally never said. The first thing I said in that video is, y'all got me fucked up if you think I'm backing Biden as the nominee. That is what I said. That is what I believe. I never said, y'all got me fucked up if you think I'm going to vote if Biden is, the only person on the ticket. I never said that. I'm looking at the primary because this is an opportunity that is being squandered, in my opinion. Thank you, Allie. I'm afraid to go to get my nails done, Allie. I mean, I don't ever get my hands done anyway. I do my own hands, but I do like to get a pedicure every now and then because, it's like my little bit of pampering, treat myself kind of thing. But I'm just kind of afraid because you hope that they're sanitizing things correctly, but that's a lot of trust in a time like this, Meh. All right, RamenZilla, again, thank you for the super chats. You just keep going. You're balling out tonight, Ramen. One of your Facebook friends that you haven't talked to shared my birthday. Oh, thank you. That makes me feel good because the opposite of what I thought would happen is what happened. I thought I would lose a bunch of subscribers, and I had a little bit of a bump. It's crazy. I keep learning the same lesson over and over. It's like whenever I switched to doing content that I believed in and that I felt passionate about and that made me feel fulfilled, that's when my channel wasn't dead anymore because my channel was dead in the water for 2-3 years. And then I was just like, well, fuck this. I don't care about doing videos about conditioner anymore. Like, I'm trying to guess what people want to see and they don't want to see it. So I may as well do what I want to do. And every once in a while, I still will get a complaint from someone who I guess remembers my older content. But that's not my problem. Like, if you want to watch people doing reviews of hair products, there's still plenty of other people doing that. I'm allowed to do what I want. That's why it's my channel. Not me, us, Jamie. That's right. Thank you, Richard. I've been talking nonstop, so I apologize for only responding to the super chats. I just want to make sure that I say thank you to the people who are super chatting me, and a lot of times they have questions as well. I don't know how to manually slow the chat down. Let me see. Toggle timestamps. No, I don't think I can, Ajama. Yes, RamenZilla, not me, us. Ironically, speaking of hair content, I was actually just editing a hair video for my Patreon on these twists. So Patreon fam, you guys will get, how I did it on this hair, if you guys are curious, because I know a lot of my Ride or Die Patreon fams are the people who were with me back when this was a hair channel pretty much exclusively and still want that content. So I'd rather do a video like that for the 10 people who will actually appreciate it, then put it on this channel and then have like nobody watch it. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. We're getting them. Yeah, I can barely keep up with the chat and even answer y'all's questions because, I mean, there's 543 people in here right now. We're only 15 minutes in. Sheesh. But what I was saying earlier, because we've been going in so many different directions with questions and stuff from you guys, but, I want to hang out a little while. I eventually will have to step out to take little Miss Ray here for a bathroom break because she's giving me the look. But she's all right. We went for a walk kind of mid-morning, so she shouldn't be about to burst or anything. But with this having to stay home a lot, voluntary quarantine, involuntary quarantine for some people, isolation and loneliness, they're serious issues, and pretty much everyone is going to kind of, thank you, Leroy. Oh, hey, Leroy. Leroy is a newer member of our parasocial family friends, but he's very active in the comment section, and we've had some good talks. How's your evening, Leroy? Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, I want to do more lives as the weeks go by with this. I'm feeling really inspired and prolific lately with my content. Thank you, Victory Begins in the Garden. You're one of my OGs as well. Love in the Time of Cholera was also a movie, but it's based on a book by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, I think is the author. I've actually never read Love in the Time of Cholera. I know what it's about because it's like a classic book, but I've never actually read it. Patreon Book Club, should we read a classic next time we have fiction up? We have a book club over on my Patreon, and I'm loving it. Right now we're reading a book called Red at the Bone. I'm like halfway through, and it's great. But yeah, live streams, more content for me coming because, I've been thinking so much about how much you guys put wind in my sails, how much I feel like we give each other good energy. We're always going to have losers and trolls and whatnot, but for the most part, I feel like we have such a good community here, and loneliness, isolation, these are going to become very real issues because of this health crisis that we have going on. So I think, doing stuff like these lives is going to be important just so that people feel like they at least have some connection to the outside world, some connection to other people. I know that, I stay slitting throats with my pinky up. That's what I do. But I'm still a very tender-hearted person. And I just think about, people who might just need some company. They might feel lonely, and hanging out on a live stream for an hour or whatever might actually kind of cheer someone up. Thank you, Genevieve. All our schools are closed, and yet the child care center's open. Oh, wow. Yeah, the only good thing, Genevieve, is that children don't seem to be susceptible to this. Like, that's like the one bonus, but that's another issue. I mean, I'm so privileged in this situation because, one, I already work for myself. I'm a freelance writer director. So if I'm not on set, I'm sitting where you see me right now, hammering out some pages on a script, that kind of thing. So like I work remotely for most of my job anyway, because I work from home unless I'm on set, like I said. And then YouTube, my side hustle / hobby, I also do that here. So my ability to work isn't compromised. But when I think about people whose places of work are closing and they're going to have lost wages and they're going to be stressed out, I mean, it's a terrible situation. And then with schools closing, children who might not have anywhere to go because maybe their parents still do have to go to work, and they don't have the money to afford childcare if the parents are still going to work. There's far too many kids, and by far too many, I mean more than zero, since this is a freaking first world country. But we have far too many children whose only meals on a lot of days come from school. So if they're not able to go to school, they're not getting breakfast, they're not getting lunch, they're not getting their meals. So I don't want to start crying, but it's a really fucked up time. And, I'm making puns and stuff with this video title, but it's really messed up. It's sad and it's scary, but I'm also not trying to revel in the panic, revel in the worry, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like putting out positive energy as much as possible and not indulging in worrying about things that I cannot control. Ramonzilla, I don't know if you super chatted again, but you have a little Gesundheit, a little notification for me for a super chat at the top of my screen here. So thank you again, because I know you've super chatted me like 3 times already tonight. My mom, for example, she is just by nature a worrier, and that is something that I did not inherit. And I'm so grateful for that. I mean, I think it's natural for, thank you, Nuria Sejas. 100 Years of Solitude. Yeah, that would be a good read. Another classic. What was I saying? My mom, she's a worrier. And because I grew up with that, I'm very, very averse to indulging in that behavior. I can't tell you how many times a day she's texting me about people I don't even know. So-and-so is not going to this. So-and-so canceled that. Just engaging in the hysteria. And I'm not doing it. You know, I'm not going to indulge you in your worrying. It's sort of like the cliche, misery loves company. Worrying loves company. And I'm not doing it. It doesn't solve problems. So I'm remaining positive, trying to eat the best food that I can as things dwindle down to shelf-stable products only. I think the amount of shelf-stable food is about to go up logarithmically for me because I try to eat fresh foods like fresh produce, fresh lean protein, although I do keep a lot of my protein in my freezer. Sheesh, you guys. That's great, Maya. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how various areas are handling it, but if you have the means and ability, if you can look into seeing maybe if you can work with a local food bank where you live, like think about count your blessings, frankly. Oh, thank you, AD Elise. And thank you, Anthony W. I have not heard of this. No. Good Lord. Alicia sings, do I have any YouTube tips? You mean in terms of like channel growth and stuff? That's smart, Ajama. As a matter of fact, frozen produce is usually very, very nutritious. Like it's very nutrient dense. I know people think that if it's frozen, it's like not as good for you, but the opposite is true because typically frozen produce is picked at its peak ripeness and then it's frozen. So a lot of times you're getting more nutritionally packed produce from the frozen section than you might be in the fresh section. That is hard to say. To answer your question, Alicia, I don't know if I have any YouTube tips for you, honestly, just because like I don't know what I'm doing, but I do believe that you attract what you are. So be true to yourself and your channel will find its way. Also, do not concern yourself with how other channels are doing and things like that. You know, another cliche, comparison is the thief of joy. My channel is by no means new. Oh, thank you, Artichoke. Oh, another new friend. We've been chatting in the comments under my last couple of videos. All the shelf-stable carbs are sold out, so it looks like I'm going quarantine keto. Hashtag quarantine keto. Yeah, I got some cans of tuna. You know, there's going to be a lot of tuna in my future, I guess. 80 Elise. My mind is also worried on. Thank you for the super chat, Elise. Yes. Not just domestic violence victims, but also the homeless, because homeless people in many cases also have compromised immune systems just because of the various lifestyle, challenges that they're already facing being homeless. Oh my God, like these are the people I'm most worried about. And then when I go to the store and I see assholes buying 30 frozen pizzas, I'm just like, you guys, this ain't it. Like, privileged people hoarding things that they don't need is really just rubbing me the wrong way. Thank you, Jake, for the super chat. Adventure Ed, will you vote for Trump if Biden what? No, Adventure Ed. I will never vote for Trump under any circumstance. That's bizarre reasoning, in my opinion. Ramanzilla, another super chat, girl or man, actually. I've never even asked. Thank you again. Panic and worry doesn't help solve problems. Keep a level head, make reasonable, thoughtful decisions. And again, think more about love, contrary to what whoever that was said at the beginning of the chat. Love. Think more about love, not less. Dollar Tree has groceries lying bells. My friend told me that actually, I think it was my mom. Yeah, I was talking to my mom yesterday. She said she went to the dollar store and they had toilet paper. I guess maybe people aren't thinking to go there. But, I've been to grocery store, CVS, ever since people really started losing their minds, which seems to have been Wednesday when like the NBA made their announcement and when like Tom Hanks made his announcement. That seems to be when people really lost their shit, at least here in LA. And yeah, I mean, the shelves are clear. It's like people are just clearing shelves. Give me all of the tuna. It's nuts, man. You would rather have Biden for 8 years or Biden 4 years I don't think Biden will get elected in the first place, Ed. That's what I said. And in the event he does, he's not getting a second term. He's going to be a oneer in the unlikely event he even wins. New York Times story about a guy selling hand sanitizer for hundreds of dollars. Yeah, I've heard about this. Hand sanitizer, the masks. The masks don't actually protect you because Ms. Rona is not transmitted through the air. It's really more of a visual/physical reminder not to touch your face. Like that's the only thing the masks are really doing, but they're not preventing transmission in any direct way, if that makes sense. Thank you, Justin. Caffeine and sarcasm. My mother is, thank you, Caffeine, for the super chat. My mother is 67, immune compromised and healing a broken shoulder. She was assaulted, had her arm broken. Oh my gosh. That is terrible. Is she doing all right at least? Thank you, Mario. Username goes here. Absolutely. Not even just Patreon. And listen, a lot of people are going to lose wages and stuff because they won't be able to work. So if it's not realistic for you to start supporting someone who you weren't before, save your money because you're going to need it. But it's a great time if you are a creative person. Like I remember Upthread, someone was asking about YouTube. Now is a great time to actually start working on that passion project. If you like doing art, if you like writing, if you like singing, I mean, focus on something that feeds your heart, Ramanzilla Biden is a few fries short of a Happy Meal. That's right. That's right. I do not understand. Like I literally, my brain doesn't compute being like super excited about Joe Biden. Like what? Oh my God, as good as the first time, the generosity, good heavens. It's sad that Ms. Rona has been around this is the 7th iteration of this illness. Yet the hysteria is better because of the internet. So does anyone know? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Ms. Rona, this is the 7th mutation. I believe SARS and swine flu were also this virus. Pressing charges, you're staying with her for now. Well, I'm glad that you at least like know or like have the perpetrator, I guess. That is really, I'm speechless. A 67-year-old woman, like what is wrong with people? My mom's going to be 67 in October, and that's just like, it's so weird too. Oh, newbie here. Sorry, I missed your super chat. Thank you, Calistoris. Yes, I'm glad to have you here, and welcome to our parasocial family. Who would assault a 67-year-old, Sarita? I completely agree. I mean, you shouldn't be assaulting anyone of any age, period. But, like, least of all, a person who's mature. Like, what are you doing? Thank you, Clements. Pregnant mother UK was carrying the virus unknowingly. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, Jennifer, Ms. Rona, she's been around. She ain't new. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine, she forwarded me an email that a friend of her family sent. He is a scientist, I believe, and he sent out, let me see here if I can find it, just some tips for staying healthy. She sent this to me. It was just called Good Advice re Ms. Rona. Obviously, that's not what they called it in the email title, but I'll read this to you guys just so that you can actually maybe take note of some things that might be helpful to you as well. Let me just try to get my window situated so I can make sure that I'm not like completely offline or anything when I'm doing this. Because sometimes we do have technical difficulties with these live streams. Okay, so So this is from, again, a friend, one of my best friend's family friends is like a scientist dude. And he has been he was one of the first molecular virologists in the world to work on Ms. Rona in the 70s. He was the first to demonstrate the number of genes the virus contains. Since then, he has kept up with Ms. Rona and its multiple clinical transfers into the human population, aka SARS, again, MERS, from different animal sources. And not to go all bleak on you guys, but this is going to be the first of many pandemics. Oh, Artichoke. See, this is the problem. I'm missing super chats potentially because I have too many windows open. Thank you again, Artichoke. Stacy Chandler has asked a few times, and I didn't want you to miss it. Would you do a video on how to safeguard from loneliness and depression? You know, I'm not like a shrink or anything like that, so I'm a little nervous to do that, but I have had an idea percolating in my head on just actionable techniques that I use when I'm dealing with feeling blue, feeling low. I don't want to self-diagnose as someone who's depressed, even though that's probably, you know, what I struggle with. Just, I think it's part of the human condition, to be honest with you. I think everyone experiences a form of depression at some point in their life or at many points in their lives. And I do, as time goes on, feel like I'm getting a better grip because you can't control how long it lasts. And thank you, Ramendzilla. I will get to your question in a moment. I just want to answer Artichoke Hold first. By the way, these screen names, Artichoke Hold, I love it. But I was thinking like maybe like my best tips and techniques for dealing with times where I'm feeling low, because I do kind of want to share that from the perspective of someone who isn't a therapist. Oh, Ray, are you okay? Who isn't a therapist, because sometimes it's almost more helpful to hear it from someone who's just a regular person like you in a lot of ways. Like, here's what I do as a regular person. So it is kind of percolating. I just percolating. I don't know if I feel like that's an appropriate video or not, but I don't know. I feel like it's not like I'm pretending I'm a therapist or anything like that. So it might happen. Choma Chat shouted me out. I did not, Ramen, but I'll have to check that out. Thank you. Jade Fawcett. I do attract a bunch of people who love puns because some of my best friends are like ridiculous. Like they're almost worse than I am, but I'm still probably the worst because I love a groan-inducing pun. All right. I'm hoping I don't miss any super chats. Let me try to rearrange these windows so I can still see what you guys are saying. All right. The advice from the virologist. No handshaking. I think at this point, these are things we probably all know, but I just feel like it can't hurt to share this with you guys. No handshaking. Use a fist bump, slight bow, elbow bump, etc. Use only your knuckle to touch light switches, elevator buttons, etc. Lift the gasoline dispenser with a paper towel or use a disposable glove. Good luck finding gloves at this point. Open doors with your closed fist or hip. Do not grasp the handle with your hand unless there is no other way to open the door. Especially important on bathroom and post office / commercial doors. Use disinfectant wipes at the stores when they are available, including wiping the handle and child seat in grocery carts. Wash your hands with soap for 10 to 20 seconds and or use a greater than 60% alcohol-based hand sanitizer whenever you return home from any activity that involves locations where other people have been. Now listen, I don't think any of us are going to be able to buy hand sanitizer for a long time, but hand sanitizer, the active ingredient is rubbing alcohol. So if you have some of that, I feel like if you're really, really in a pinch, I might do this. I might just pour some rubbing alcohol in a little spray bottle and keep that with me, and then also keep lotion because it's alcohol and it will be drying. But if it's a real pinch, like this is just a little hack that I'm thinking of. I don't even know if this is good. So I have to research and make sure that this is effective, but I can't imagine it wouldn't be because it's alcohol. I'm going to just spritz my hands with alcohol if I'm in a real pinch and then follow it up with some lotion. Bob's your uncle. That's what I'm going to do since hand sanitizer is pretty much out of stock everywhere unless you want to spend $100. Keep a bottle of sanitizer available at each of your home's entrances and in your car for use after getting gas or touching other contaminated objects when you can't immediately wash your hands. I do have a bottle of sanitizer in my car that it's always there, but it's getting low and I won't be able to replace it once it's out due to the current situation. If possible, Cough or sneeze into a disposable tissue and discard. Use your elbow only if you have to. The clothing on your elbow will contain infectious virus that can be passed on for up to a week or more. If you can, use latex or nitrile latex disposable gloves for use when going shopping, using the gas pump, any other outside activity when you come in contact with contaminated areas. The virus is spread in large droplets by coughing and sneezing. Again, air will not infect you. Disposable surgical masks, no one can get those if you don't have them already, or unless you want to buy them for a crazy price on the black market. But again, it's just a physical reminder to not touch your nose, mouth, face. And last tip, stock up now with zinc lozenges. These lozenges have been proven to be effective in blocking C0r0nuh and most other viruses from multiplying in your throat and nasopharynx. Use as directed several times each day when you begin to feel any cold-like symptoms beginning. It is best to lie down and let the lozenge dissolve in the back of your throat and nasopharynx. Cold Ease lozenges is one brand available, but there are others. So that is the advice from this guy who is an expert. I hope that was helpful to some of you. I hope I didn't miss any super chats. I was trying to keep an eye, but it's hard. I got a lot of balls in the air right now. But yeah, C0r0nuh. What else did I want to talk to you guys about? Oh, so we're together, which I think will hopefully lift some spirits because, again, loneliness, isolation, very real issues. I struggle with them as well. I think it's very normal to do so. But let's talk about some good news. If you guys are not familiar with Audra at Home, she is one of my YouTube friends in my head, at least. And I hope we're actually friends now. I mean, we talk in the comments, we talk on Patreon, we talk on Instagram. She recently hit 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations. I don't know if she's watching, but she did a 1,000 subscriber milestone live stream, but unfortunately she was doing it, I think maybe an hour after my parasocialism video had just gone up. So I was out here schwitzing in the comment streets trying to answer as many people as I could. So I wasn't able to actually tune in for her live stream. But if Audra's here, I don't know. Oh my God, you are here. Hey Audra, congratulations. Much deserved. And it's only the beginning for you, my dear. Audra, she's been part of my nap fam as long as I can remember, to be honest with you. And I didn't even know she made videos until Lacey, Spooky Lips and Fat Hips, shouted Audra out on her community tab, I think. I'm about to touch my face and I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. And I was like, wait, that's my Audra. So I went and I've been watching her videos ever since, like binging old stuff, watching her new uploads. And I still haven't fully recovered from when I met Nima Tang and her otherworldly perfect skin. And now I have to sit here and watch Audra, whose skin also like glass. I feel personally attacked, Audra. Like, a lot of her videos are focused on foundation reviews and stuff because she's all about that base. I don't even know why I made a Meghan Trainor reference because I do not care for Meghan Trainor. But she's really into base makeup, but she's also one of those people who doesn't even need it. Like, her skin is already flawless, and I feel like it's a personal attack. Anyway, between Audra and Nima just slaying my life with their skin, I'm offended. How dare you? How dare you? So everyone say congratulations to Audra. I'm very excited for her. And yeah, that's kind of it. I think those are most of my notes. Oh, you guys, have you heard about this Madam CJ Walker show that's coming to Netflix? It's called Self-Made. One of my friends works for the production company behind it, which is LeBron's company, Spring Hill Entertainment. They're like the production company. So I got to go to a screening and see the first 2 episodes. It's actually pretty good. And another friend of mine who doesn't know this friend who works like kind of sort of on the show, she did a video with the show's director that this is like shamelessly plugging my friend now. Let me find the actual link to the video. I don't know if it's going to let me put a link in the chat, honestly. Let me see here. Let me see if it'll let me do it. But it's really cute. It's the director of Self-Made, which is the Madam CJ Walker like biopic miniseries that's coming to Netflix. She did this video with my friend Monica, and it's cute. Let me see if it'll let me actually paste this link. I think that worked. There we go. So go watch that. Go watch that. Show a little love to Monica. She's my friend, and we actually do another show together where we test out like beauty products that are very hyped or even go viral on the social medias. It's called We Try For You. It's a fun show. Exactly, Quill's pen. That's how I felt when I first like got a good look at Audra, because like I've seen her like little avatar and stuff with her dog Bo, who's like ridiculously cute as well. But when I actually like saw her in a video, I was just like, how dare you? How dare you? Yeah, Jude, it'll probably kick you over to that video. But, you know, you guys can, what I'll do is I'll also add it to the description box underneath this live after we're done so you guys can check it out. I usually have that all filled out before I start because people are usually asking me about, you know, what shirt I'm wearing or whatever, and I just don't want to have to answer those questions during the live. But I'll add all of that stuff, the link to that video, the link to my, I think this might still be available. It's newish. I mean, I've had it a couple months, but it might still be available. Hey girl, Kelsey in the house. Audra, you think the same about me? Ooh. Ebony cries in eczema. Ebony, I didn't even know you were here. I feel like I've got like all of my OG friends with me and so many of my new ones too. Oh, Habibi Jan, this is kombucha, but it's high ABV kombucha. So your girl's getting a little warm. Get a little warm. Caffeine and sarcasm, another screen name I love, by the way. Yep, kombucha. This is, if you guys have ever heard of the brand Boochcraft, Booch Craft, they do high ABV kombuchas. So this has as much alcohol in it as like an IPA. Some boozy booch. That's right, Alexis. Hi, Marlon Brando. Habibi Jan, fruit. I mean, they can add fruit to it. This one is hibiscus, and I can't remember what else. And hibiscus is a flower, obviously. But kombucha is really just fermented tea. You do have to sweeten the tea because the culture needs something to eat to ferment, to facilitate the fermenting process. So you can't use unsweetened tea. I used to make my own, but it was just too high maintenance. So I just buy it now. I should go back to, honestly, the apocalypse is nigh. So I'm going to have to go back to making my own kombucha probably anyway. They don't sell Boochcraft in Pennsylvania, Jana? That sucks. Thank you, James. And welcome to the family. Kombucha. Brittany, that's exactly right. Kombucha is great for the gut. It's great for your intestinal flora. That's actually why I started drinking it because, I mean, not to go all TMI on you guys, but it definitely helps keep you regular, you know? I don't know why people are so squeamish about talking about poop since everybody does it. I think there's even a book about it. But everyone poops. It's healthy. If you're not pooping, something's wrong. And I love kombucha too. I'm glad that they have the high ABV ones now too, because I mean, I usually just drink the regular, just again for the gut health, but it's nice to feel like I'm also being kind of healthy within the turnip, you know, makes me feel good. It might be hibiscus ginger, Brittany, but I'm not tasting ginger in this one. And ginger is such a like strong flavor. It's why I love it. But I don't think there's ginger in this because I would know. I'm a ginger hoe and I don't taste it. Thank you, Serenity. Get regular. Should that be merch? You guys, the never trust anyone with a Morphe code. I'm working on it. I know it's taking longer than it should for something that's really just text, but I want to be able to make it like a permanent merch item so that anyone can get it anytime. And like last time I did merch, it was just a small window. You know, people's money, sometimes it's not lining up for them to be able to get something, even if they want to. So I want to make sure that it's always available. So like whenever your money is right and whenever your budget allows, you can get one if you want. And I also want to make sure the design is something that I will be happy with potentially forever. Ramen Dilla. Choma shouted me out in a video about black commentary. Okay. Uh, well, ramen, I've done quite a few skincare routines over the years. I think the last one I did was on my Patreon, but it doesn't change drastically. It's just that it's actually very simple now. Like I was really, thank you, Tammy. Oh my God, that's very generous. $25. You're balling out tonight. Don't blow your budgets on me. Um, Although I do appreciate it because, you know, the freelance life ain't easy, girl. But I keep it pretty simple because there was a time where I really was enjoying a lengthy skincare routine. It was almost like, you know, I don't get facials and stuff. So it was like me doing my own little spa treatment every day in a way. But I have found that my skin seems to thrive on, to quote Jordan Samuel Skin's slogan, less but better. That happens to be one of my favorite brands. And when I transitioned to using a lot of his products, I noticed that more isn't more when it comes to my skin. I focus on just using effective products and being consistent. So the basic breakdown for me now is in the morning, I cleanse, I treat with my vitamin C serum. Showed you guys that in my favorites that got fired video. I moisturize, usually something light, you know. I really enjoy the Jordan Samuel Skin Performance Cream, and then protect with sunscreen. I like an SPF of 40 at least. Currently, I'm using an old fave. On most days, I use, at the moment, the First Aid Beauty SPF 40 sunscreen. That's a good one. Doesn't leave me looking super ghostly. I used to love the Clinique one. I forget what it's called, but it's in my best mineral sunscreens for brown skin video. Unfortunately, I think they must have changed the formula or something because the last bottle or two I had, because I would buy like 2 at a time whenever I could get it on sale for 20% off at Ulta. The last 2 bottles in a row were leaving me looking casket sharp. Like it didn't used to do that. It was one of my favorites because it was mineral based and it didn't leave me looking ghost faced. And then it did in a big way where I actually had to start mixing a liquid bronzer in with it just to cut the ghost factor. So we're done with that. I need to do an updated video actually on my favorite sunscreens for brown skin. So I'll wear this currently because I have a few that I like, but currently I'm using the First Aid Beauty one on days when I'm not wearing makeup. On days when I am, I'm using the Muji one, which is one that I discovered when I was in Japan, and I've been just buying it online because I don't think I can get it here. I haven't been able to find it at Muji stores here. So I've just been buying it online because the texture is lovely. I don't use it every day only because the bottle is teeny, so I don't want to waste it. But because it sits so well under makeup, it's what I'm wearing right now because I was filming earlier for Patreon, and I wanted to make sure that I had like nothing too heavy on underneath my foundation. On days where it's a little bit colder, I do also like the Josie Maran. I can't remember what it's called, but it's got an SPF of 47. And it doesn't leave a cast on me at all because it has argan oil in it. It's very rich. Dry skins will love it. My skin type is normal to oily, but I love it anyway. I feel like it just makes me look very hydrated. And when I stopped treating my skin as oily, it went from being a grease slick to acting more normal. Thank you, April. Very generous. So yeah, so that is my skincare routine at night. Same thing. If I'm wearing makeup, I go in with Bioderma first to remove my makeup because I don't like going in with an oil or balm cleanser because that just smears the makeup all over my face. I don't like that. I like to use a cotton pad, Bioderma, get the most of the makeup off. Then I go in with an oil or balm cleanser. Then I go in with a regular cleanser. So I guess technically I'm triple cleansing in a way, but not really. I'm removing my makeup and then double cleansing. Very similar to the morning, cleanse, treat. At night, I do either an AHA, so I'll do an acid or I'll do retinol. And I basically just alternate. This is what you'll see in my old skincare routine videos, by the way. Like, I've been doing it this way for years, so I basically just alternate acid, retinol, acid, retinol, acid, retinol. Moisturize. I like a nice thick moisturizer at night. Currently, I'm using the Pyongkang Yul Moisture Ample. You guys would have seen this in a skincare, probably the most recent PM skincare video I did, even though it's from like 2 years ago. Still using that, still love it. Or Sometimes I will often put a cream underneath that. But what I always do, regardless, is I will mix in some oil with that moisture serum or with just like a regular facial moisturizer, cream type of product or lotion type product. I mix oil in with both at night, always. I like the oil blend from the Mad Hippie brand. That's the one I'm going to the most right now. And I have a bottle, like the mini size of the Drunk Elephant Marula oil, because it came in a set that I got, and it's just lasting me forever. I mean, it's a super nice oil. I just don't think that I will repurchase it on its own. Again, this one came in a set, and it's like the smaller size because it's like $70-something for just oil. I'm like, that doesn't seem necessary. I feel like there's a lot of beautiful oils you can get for like $10. Like, I can just get some jojoba oil, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need all that, girl. And that's the rundown on my skincare routine. Yeah, Quills. I have my vitamin D right here. My label's kind of falling off, but it's a vitamin D serum. I got this at a local health food store we have here in LA called Erewhon, and it is by Premier Research Labs. I know it's weird that I have this sitting here on my desk, but it's the only way I'll remember to take it, because there's at least one point every day where I'm sitting here, and if I see it, I'll be like, oh yeah, I haven't taken my vitamin D. And because I wear sunscreen, I have to take this. Yeah, maracuja oil. It's supposed to be good. I think I had a bottle back in the day, but I was really just like hoarding products at that time and had too many things. Didn't really use it consistently. And then I started noticing it didn't look quite the same, so I tossed it. I was just like, I think this has gone bad, but I should try it again. Oh, thank you, Mystic Shay. Yeah, you know what? I'm really liking this foundation that I'm wearing. This is a Becca one. Caught it on a sale. It was randomly on sale for like 30% off, like a pretty nice discount, because Ulta, I believe it was just doing a random sale on their Skin Love line, I think, a month and a half ago. And I already love two products from that line. Becca is low key, like a skincare slash complexion product hero brand, and no one gives them their roses. In my, like, I don't know. I think they're known for their highlighters and champagne pop and whatnot, but Becca is high key bomb when it comes to complexion products, because after falling in love with this foundation, which I've been wearing since, I don't know, maybe the past 2 weeks, because, you know, I still have a lot of makeup. So even though I bought it 4 to 6 weeks ago, I'm just now getting around using it. I'm like, where have I been? This is great. And it's Skin Love Foundation or something like that. Again, I'll add all the links after the live is over so that you guys can see everything. But it's so nice. It's not dewy or anything, surprisingly. For some reason, just based on the presentation, like the packaging, like the overall look of it, and the name, I thought it was going to be very dewy, but it's more of a matte finish, to be honest with you. And that is fine with me, especially for on camera. I find that matte foundations tend to look better for me on camera, but in real life, I do prefer dewy. So I've been wearing this a lot on camera lately. Oh, thank you, Mecca. I've heard about that Ordinary Marula oil, and I think Gothamisa even did a comparison video. Scarlet's pretty crazy. I've never tried Crave Beauty, but thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, I do prefer a mineral foundation that I would prefer, I mean, period. That's the end of the sentence. But especially when you have brown skin, it's hard to find mineral ones that don't leave a cast. But yeah, Neka, going back to what you were saying, I think Gothamisa even did a video where she compared the Ordinary and the Drunk Elephant Marula oils, but I think she maintained that the Drunk Elephant one was like worth it. I find that hard to believe. I mean, one is probably better than the other, I'm sure, but $80 better? Or I guess it's probably more like $70 better? I doubt it. Oh yeah, Maria, because you're not in the country. Yeah, that sucks. But I feel like there's such an unsung hero of the complexion game, because this is at least the third Becca foundation I've ever had, and I've never had one that I didn't like. I had the matte one they used to make that they don't make anymore. That used to be my go-to foundation for on camera, because that was out when I was first starting to do a lot of on camera work, when I was still working on Cinefix and stuff. And I was just like, I have to be matte. If I'm not matte, I'm going to look like fried chicken on camera. I need to be matte, 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 like dry looking in person matte to look okay on camera with the lighting. Because the way those lights are set up, like I was just playing myself. So my holy grail for that was the old school Becca matte foundation. I think they discontinued it a few years ago, I'm pretty sure. Because I haven't seen it in years. But it came in similar packaging to their matte primer. It was like a tube, squeezy tube. Then I tried the Aqua Luminous foundation, which is the opposite, super luminous. I actually did a video on it. Love that foundation. Beautiful. Doesn't get the love it deserves. I think that one is still available. The only thing I didn't like was the dispenser because it was like a dropper, and I feel like it just didn't ever work properly. Thank you, Ramen. The update on dating, there is none. I'm not on any of the apps. Your girl is off the market, girl. And I'm feeling way happier, to be honest with you. No stress. No stress for me. I feel like the hassle and fuckery, it's just not even worth it, you know? Unfortunately, your girl isn't getting her needs met, if you know what I mean. But listen, there's too much stress that comes with that. Maria, movie buzz, I probably would have been wearing that Becca foundation, the matte one. Like that was when I was wearing that in those days. Aw, thank you, Chrissy. And welcome. Welcome to Alive. I will hopefully be able to do them on different days just so that people who don't get to catch lives normally are able to pop in. But you know, it's always probably going to be in the evenings because like I don't really know how realistic it is to do a live at like 9 in the morning. Like, I don't know if that's going to mean more people. I think it would probably mean less since most of us are here in the States. So I try to take into account the 3-hour time difference between East Coast and West, but I know that doesn't always work for a lot of my international fam because I know a lot of you guys are in the UK and all over the world, really. So there's just no way to find a perfect time that works for everyone. Artichoke hold. Buy a womanizer and then you'll never worry about dating in LA. Dating in LA is trash. Yeah, I mean, I've never really like dated anywhere else because I've been here since I was 17 years old. So this is really the only place I've dated. And I was in a pretty serious relationship most of my like 20s anyway, because I was in like a 6-year relationship and then I was in another one very quickly after that. So single T on the apps is only like 2 years in and it's trash. Like we're not doing it. We are not doing it. Yeah, Alexis, exactly. That's exactly right. And honestly, I don't even know if I want a relationship because I like my alone time and I need a lot of it. I need time every day where I don't have to talk and where I don't have to be talked to. Okay. Uh, I feel like my ideal situation wouldn't even be like living with someone. It would be adjacent houses. We can like, you know, we can hang out, but still have our own spaces, have quiets. These things are important to me. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, I'm basically just like not girly in the ways that I'm supposed to be. Cause I'm kind of like, okay, that was fun. Get out of my house. Amen. We are the same person. All right, Victory. Adjacent houses, Ebony. That's what I want, like a little bridge, maybe connecting them. And when you know, once it's fuck 30, I'll go over there, and then I will go back home to my side. 4:27 in the AM. PUA in South Africa. JMT, thank you for the super chat. Dating in Vegas, I think is what that's supposed to say. Yeah, you know, I think a lot of people say LA is worse than it might be. I don't have anything to compare it to, but I honestly think it's pretty bad everywhere for the reasons I outlined in my videos about like why dating today sucks. You know, just this idea of endless choice and there always being something better around the corner. It's made people be very cruel and just inconsiderate of each other. The dating apps are canceled, Ramenzilla. I mean, there is a direct relationship between my feelings of peace and happiness with me being off the apps. Like the graphs of time spent off the apps and happiness in my life, they've both been trending upward as they go on and on. Like it's not a coincidence. Alexis, I love that. There's men out there that are cool with that. I am the fuckboy now. Ajama, we've been together a long time, if you remember that. Alexis, enjoy. Oh, Lordy. Oh my God, has it already been an hour? Sheesh. Fuck 30. I can't, but also I can. Oh, man. Listen, you guys, thank you for allowing me to be myself. I feel seen right now. And yes, the kombucha is hitting. I haven't even finished my glass, and I'm just like, whew, warming up in here. I do have to take Miss Thang here. I don't know if you guys have seen her squirming around on my lap this whole time. I would hope so, Alexis. It's kind of like y'all are about to go to dinner with me. I hope I do have a way of turning a phrase. I've devoted my life to it, you know? I'm a writer. It's important to me to continue to play with and explore the English language. It brings me a lot of joy. Hit it and forget it. I mean, yes and no. Like, if you have good sexual chemistry with someone, hit it, go mind your business, and we'll pick this up again later. Ajama, I remember that when you were walking through a store. Caffeine and sarcasm. She's looking extra cute right now because I trimmed her beard and her eyebrows the other day. And whenever she's got a haircut, especially like if we do the whole body, people think she's a puppy. Like I get that even when she's looking homeless and her beard is crazy. But like everyone thinks she's a puppy. It's just that she's small, you know, like there's not a whole lot of her. But people always think she's a puppy. She's 3. Practicing decolonization one phrase at a time. Yes, Victory, a good warm body and a nice, like, I mean, I want casual monogamy. Does that make sense? Like, I don't need 30 dicks. One good one, but leave me alone most of the time. That's it. Oh, thank you, I Love Music. Yes, I'm glad you're here too. Dogs don't get that Rona. Yeah, and kids. I don't even like kids, but I'm glad that kids are not really like at risk because that would really make this bleak. But listen, the next pandemic, and there will be a next one, let's hope that, that doesn't change. Platonic intimacy, yes. Yes, Audra. That part. Get out of my house. I love that, SH. Casually, we hang 2 to 3 days a week max. I love it. Oh, man. Caffeine. I don't like kids either. Don't tell mine. That's so funny. Yes, Victory, the kids can transmit. And that's kind of the scary thing because even healthy people, because it's asymptomatic for up to 2 weeks, I believe. So even healthy people can be carrying. And then if you're hanging out with your parents, who for many of us, our parents are in that danger zone age-wise, it's just like, whew. I mean, I don't think of my parents as being over 65, and they are. My mom is going to be 67 this year, and my dad is going to be 68. Artichoke hold, kids are just sticky disease vectors. They're also small, dumb, rude people. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't like them. You can just say I'm social distancing from you. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, Audra, I mean, I'm not a big cuddler. It's like as soon as like I'm the little spoon, like I've started a stopwatch in my head. Like, how long do we have to do this? Thank you, Jay and Liz. A breath of fresh air. My girl Whitney Hedrick was talking about how people say that to her so much. Like it's probably like the most frequent compliment that she receives on her channel. Just like, girl, I think we have the same audience because I hear that all the time. But I like it. It makes me feel like my goal with my channel, which has always been, regardless of how my content has changed, my goal has always been to just not do what someone else is already doing. You know, I don't want to do videos that are already being done because someone else already did that. So if you are seen as a breath of fresh air, I think that would indicate that maybe I'm actually fulfilling that aim, which is nice. Sorry, I'm allergic. Oh, artichoke hold. The boomer remover. That's mean. That's mean. Damona Jones, it's not even just hot. It's uncomfortable. Like, I think a lot of the guys I tend to get with tend to be skinny ones because, y'all, like this booch, I'm talking loose. I might have to take this down, to be honest with you. But skinny guys are always packing, okay? And the problem is, afterward, it's just like skin and bones. Like they're all like gangly. And it's just like, this is terrible. Like, please don't cuddle me. I want to go home. I want to go home. Alexis, I agree with you. Like, I don't know why I have so many problems because I'm pretty low maintenance. If anything, I'm too aloof. But I seem to find guys who are either even more aloof than I am, which seems impossible because, like, I don't need constant contact. I don't want it. But if I text you, it would be nice if you would respond to me sooner than 3 days later. Literally nobody is that busy. Nobody is. It's just rude. Or I get the psychos who won't leave me the fuck alone. And they're just blowing up my phone every 10 seconds. It's just like, guys, you need a hobby because this ain't it. Like the crypt keeper. Brittany, we were all kids at one time, but I didn't like kids when I was a kid. Okay? Serenity. Yes. Skinny guys. Now we know where all that food is going. I agree with you, Victory. I think some guys do like the drama. M. Cohen, you know, they are always like, I don't know what it is. Skinny guys are packing. See, Lisa, you know. The booch is hitting the genre. In fact, I should go. It's been over an hour. I just wanted to kind of give you guys some good energy because I'm feeling good and I always want to share the good when I feel good. So if anyone was feeling down, I hope that we were able to keep each other company and make you smile. Even if you don't participate in the chat and you're just watching, I know some people just watch. You like to watch. Thank you, Humor Delight. But yeah, I gotta walk her. So let's go. Because if I keep going, I'm gonna keep drinking this booch and loose lips get demonetized. So I'll see you guys again soon. Patreon fam, we will do a live sooner than that. But rest of you guys, I'll see you guys soon enough. Patreon fam, I'll probably see you in a couple days. I'll put up a notice on Patreon when our next family meeting will be. And Ride or Die fam, the video on these twists will be up tomorrow. All right? Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with Ray and I and indulging me in my fuckery. Wash your hands and never trust anyone with a Morphe code. Bye.